It's NCAA format.
What an important game for us tonight. Was asked before the game. We did some media stuff. What was some keys to the game, and I thought it was important for us to get off to a lead, especially coming back into our own building. It's been a while since we've played here, and I think we've got to reestablish what it is to have home ice advantage. And you know what? Anytime you play a quality team like Duluth, it's going to be close, and somebody's got to step up and make a play. And Michaelis made a great play to Toomey. He finished. And then I thought Connor Lecuvier was rock solid. So that, along with our penalty killing, which was really important, because they'd come in and they do a pretty good job of giving you about 2 minutes of stress. So happy with the effort, and a very important win for us here at home.
When the first period seemed like you guys got off to a pretty good start in that period, but you're seeing some of the saves that Shepard was making, and how do you what do you say to your team? How do you counter that? When you know that you get some real grade A scoring chances, especially late in the period on the power play.
Stick with it. It's not easy. You saw us. Was it 3-1 that we lost to them in their building, and he was good there. They defend. You go ahead and you look at their history right now in the season. They've got a young group of defensemen that are growing every weekend. So it's going to be hard to score goals against them, and it was.
Hasty lost early in the season. In fact, to open the season against St. Cloud State, and then to beat the Huskies, and then lost earlier to UMD. And you knew you were going to have a chance to have another crack at them in your own building, and you got the win tonight. How important are the wins for us over St. Cloud State and UMD, especially this point in the season?
Well, we talk, because of the amount of games that we have in our regular season schedule, we don't have a lot of opportunities to play outside of conference, and so they're very important. We've talked about it in the past. We're trying as a league to continue to get better out of league play. And, with us starting the season, losing the game to St. Cloud, and then going into Duluth and losing that game, we put ourselves a little bit behind the 8 ball. And the 2 opportunities we had to get back, we really needed them. One, to have the guys feel good about some efforts and make bigger efforts than they did the times that we played them before. And then for us, because it's an oddity, both. I want to thank Scott Sandelin and Bob Motzko when we talked about playing in Hockey Day in Minnesota. We had to juggle our schedule late, and Scott Sandelin didn't need to put the Tuesday game in, but he did, and I appreciate that because it gave us an opportunity to make sure that both teams had somewhat of a same opportunity to play home and home. But those games are very important for us because we didn't win the first 2. We needed to win the next 2.
What was it like playing a Tuesday game, coming off a Saturday and kind of adjusting your schedule and being ready to go tonight?
The players would rather play a game than practice. So, I think if you ask them, they'd say it was, and obviously you win the game. It ends up being a good experience for them. But hockey players want to play games. They just want to go play hockey. So I think both teams would rather be playing in a game than practicing on a Tuesday.
At the end of the game with Zeb missing the empty net there, there's still a lot of time left on the clock there. I think was the first whistle came with with that last face-off there, but no panic there, or what did you feel like your guys did after that?
From me?
Or either.
Oh yeah, a lot of time left on the clock. I looked at the clock, and I don't know if you guys have seen the replay of what happened in Edmonton a few years ago, but I did have a flashback there. The thing I liked is, and talk about Zeb was outstanding tonight. He was outstanding the last 2 games, and to have a senior step up and play the way that he played, and I told him that in the locker room, that I thought he was fantastic. And then the second thing is I didn't think we panicked after that. They didn't get a clean look. They didn't get a clean entry after that. And so I thought the guys reacted pretty well to it. Now, my guess is he'll probably take some heat from the guys over the next couple of days.
Your team limited UMD to 15 shots on goal, Hasty. Point of emphasis for the team relative to playing a team like UMD, which goes up down on the ice pretty well, was to obviously keep them on the perimeter, but really concentrate on limiting their shots on goal, just the way we play all the time.
Yeah, you know what? I'd like to look at the tape. I'd like to see if it was 15. Seemed like it was more than that. That's my opinion. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing is I thought we had some guys committing to blocking shots and keeping pucks away from our goaltender. So whether it was sticks or whether it was bodies, I thought our guys were pretty committed to that.
Coach, did you feel like you were able to loosen up on the offensive side a little bit after that first goal? It was real tight back and forth. Do you feel like you were able to really pin the ears back after that goal?
Not really. You play a team like Duluth, and they've got Perinovich and Krieger's line and Anderson, and you know what, those guys they play with pace and they play with patience. They're very good at distributing and using each other and supporting pucks. So I don't think there was really any time that either team just opened it up. I think both teams tried to defend, and we made one play, and we had our guys stop the opportunities that they had, and it was that close of a game.
Okay, last question.
Mike? Yeah. The Vikings made such a big deal all year about the bring it home theme. Have the Super Bowl in your building, play in front of your home fans. You're one of a few Minnesota teams that has an opportunity this year to play a Frozen Four in front of Minnesota fans. With the tournament in St. Paul, is that extra incentive for you guys, or have you talked about hey, this would be the one to get to play close to our fan base?
If it was on Pluto, I'd like to go to it, right? So, not to make jest of that, but it's one we haven't discussed that a lot. Obviously, we'd love to be there because you have to earn it, and to have an opportunity to do that is something that I think would be real special. But we've got an awful lot left. Got a game on Saturday and then get back into league play. But I do think anybody that's from inside the border in our state, all 5 schools would love to have the opportunity to play there.
You've seen some of those Frozen Fours where BU has played in Boston, or the Gophers have won a tournament in St. Paul. Did those kind of stand out with where it's kind of almost a home game?
I was at the one that you're talking about in St. Paul. Yeah, that's special. It really is, and to see that and Duluth doing what they did, and those are kind of once in a lifetime opportunities. So. I know I'm not going to be on this earth a whole heck of a lot longer, and so when you have opportunities and you've got a group that we've got, you want to keep pushing them, and hopefully they can continue to progress and have those opportunities.
Excel's a building that you guys know pretty well and have had some success in as well.
Yeah, and it's one that again, we were fortunate to be part of Hockey Day in Minnesota, and Bob and I hooked up. Went and saw his son play in the outdoor game, and to see that and experience it, and what the city of St. Cloud did, Brian Schoenborn, that's right, Brian Schoenborn and that group, all the community stepped up. That was pretty special when you went over to that outdoor rink and then moving into the rink, Herb Brooks Arena, and being there and having a sold out show. It just shows the passion for the game in the state, and so yeah, I do. I think it'd be an unbelievable opportunity.
Thanks, Hasty.
You bet.